So, Juice, it's getting close to the time where Mikey Williams is going to have to make a decision on what college he's going to attend. Not too long ago, he came out on Twitter and he said that going to a HBCU wouldn't be too bad. And he said that players don't understand the power that they have. He also said that if anybody's going to make money from him attending a school, he wants it to be his own people. And this happened when a lot was going on in the world. We had the Black Lives Matter protest, and it just seemed like the right thing to say. And then once he said it, everybody picked it up, and then everybody said, yeah, these players should go to HBCUs, black universities, due to what's going on in the world. It was in the heat of the moment. I will never hold a kid accountable for what he says during the heat of the moment, because me, as a grown man, I say things in the heat of the moment that I don't mean. You know how many women I owe Ferraris because of what I said in the heat of the moment? The heat of the moment is dangerous. It's dangerous. And I know people won't come out whenever he decides on what school he goes to, and if it's not an HBCU, they're going to try to hold him accountable for what he said via Twitter during the riots. Black Lives Matter. And I said something about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter to who? To who? It's a joke. It's a joke to me. We out here promoting this stuff in rap, killing, shooting, all this stuff, but then Black Lives Matter? When y'all want them to matter? But when something happened, y'all ain't outside marching? Shouts out to my dude Hassan Campbell. He said when somebody died, he look outside outside on the street. He don't see them marching. My son, Tamika Mowry. Shouts out to him. That's true. So I'm not gonna hold a kid accountable and put the world on his back because of what he tweeted out during the heat of the moment when he was 16 years old or 15 years old when he tweeted that out. I'm not going to hold him accountable for that. Definitely when we don't hold ourselves accountable, we're not holding ourselves accountable. So we're supposed to hold him accountable? I want him to go to whatever school he feels best, whether it's at HBCU or not. And shouts out to him for even considering it, for even putting some HBCUs on his list. And I'm not trying to come on here and bash HBCUs. Some beautiful black women go to HBCUs. Some very smart men that came out into this world and did big things went to HBCUs. And shouts out to Travis Hunter, who was the #1 player in the country in football that went to an HBCU. But what we're not about to do is bash the kid because he didn't decide to go to an HBCU and he had a change of heart. Juice, talk to him. Talk to me, Juice. Am I doing too much? Where am I going with this?
Easy now. Easy. Take a step back.
I'm sweating over here, man. They got me going in, man.
Bro, this man sweating, this man spitting. I mean, I agree with you like 100%. Like, I think he definitely should be able to go to whatever school that he feels like is best for him. Like, you can't really fault him for saying what he did at that time because, and even then, I honestly believe he honestly meant that even like at that time, like,
right,
you know, with everything that's going on. And I'm not sure if has he released his like top 6 schools or anything like that or not yet.
Not too long ago, he came out with a list and it had a couple of HBCUs on there.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So it looks like he's still sticking to that word, like, and even just considering those schools too, like with the magnitude that he has, like as a player, like I 100% agree with him. Like as a player, as a people like of his stature, like players at the end of the day, like no matter the level, they run the sport, bro. Like LeBron and KD and Mikey, Bronny, people in college like Amani Bates, like they're the talk of the talk, not the referees, not the coach, like the players at the end of the day, that's who we're paying to go watch. So Mikey Williams can really, he can be a game changer by going to HBCU. Like even I made a video the other day, like about Kentucky. Like if you honestly notice, not a lot of people are really going to Kentucky. Like not a lot of like big time recruits is really like came onto Kentucky for the past couple of years. So it's like Mikey can be that new guy to make it a trend to go to a HBCU, you know? So I don't know. I agree with you. Like, I don't think people should really like bash Mikey for if he does ultimately decide to go to another program. I'm honestly just going to support him, whatever school he decides to go to.
Mikey, he has my support no matter what he chooses to do. But let me say something. I want to say this loud and clear. We talk all this talk about going to HBCUs, and what happened? It's a few players. Shouts out to Travis Hunter, who was the #1 player in the country, made a big move. Decided to decommit from Florida State and go to an HBCU. That's huge. But if it was me, I wouldn't have done it. And not too many players are going to do it. They're still going to go to these big time Division I programs with the facilities, with the nice campus, with the everything, all the things that they need in one vicinity. They still going to go there.
Okay,
you know we could talk all this talk about HBCUs and we should go here to support our people. But guess what? People going to still choose these schools over those schools. And I can't blame them because a lot of kids don't want to take that risk of me going to a HBCU, me not developing the way I should develop. They don't have the proper things to facilitate what I need to become a better person or a better player.
Wait, real quick. Wait, so taking a step back, like, okay, you kind of like touched up on this. So it's like whose fault do you think it is? Like, do you think it's the players' decisions of like why HBCUs aren't popular for top players to go to? Like, do you think it's the players' fault, or do you think it's like the school's fault? Because you kind of did touch upon the fact that it's like the bigger time schools, they have more to offer. They have that notoriety. They have the coaching staff. They have the proper development tools to like get players to the NFL or the football or basketball league. Like, so whose fault do you think that is?
It's the players in the past fault from probably not knowing any better. We living in a world now where everybody is quote unquote woke. So we got players that went to big time universities and made it to the pros, telling kids that you should go to an HBCU and you can still go to the pros. Well, they want to do what you did. They want to go to the school that you went. They want to go to Duke like you went to Duke. They want to go play football at Alabama like you went to Alabama. They don't want to go to an HBCU because it's not the pretty thing. You know, well, if you go to an Alabama campus and then you go to a Tennessee State campus, it's a difference. It's a big difference. So I don't know whose fault it is.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, essentially, you're kind of saying that like the HBCUs, they have to do a better job themselves. Like they have to take accountability of like putting more money towards recruiting these players, towards like improving their schools.
Maybe they don't have the money, Juice.
Man, they got the money, bro. They got the money, bro.
I don't think they got the money to put into their program like a Alabama or a Kentucky or a Florida. They don't have that money, bro. Like
I'm not saying they have the same amount of money, but I generally feel like they have enough money to do something for sure, to improve something. You can't sit here and say they don't. You know how many schools go? You know how many people go to them schools?
I'm pretty sure that they're trying, but what it's going to take is a lot of alumni that went to that school that are making six figures now. Everybody pitch in a little bit. If you really love your school that much and you take pride that you went to a HBCU, everybody gonna have to come chip in. All these NBA players that saying, hey, y'all should go to HBCUs and y'all got max contracts for $170 million. Throw it in there. Throw it in the pot. All the money these players making, you can build your own damn schools. No cap. These niggas, you see these contracts they giving out? They could come together and start something. Maybe the higher ups won't let it happen, but it can happen because I know they're making the money to do it. We see new contracts every summer. You like, damn, they're making $250 million with $75 million guaranteed. Hey,
I agree, bro. I agree.